Shalom Akim. First thing I would like to do is give all praises and due honor to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakah, HaKodash.
Double honors to the apostles of the millstone and honest and salutations to the Akim that push the word out in truth and sincerity. As special guests here with me today, got the brothers from the great millstone or the Plain Tables camp.
Yeah, got brother Zion over here.
The Bach.
Khan and I'm brother Amawan. We just doing a quick video on Esau, which we already know about the chariots. Starting off with the apostles, they've been teaching them about that for years. And the revelation really came from apostle to heart that we're going to be saved by the chariots. Fast forward in today's time, Esau is like confirming about confirming the information about the chariots, which he still calls them UFOs. But the brothers has the article here. They call them UPAs or UAPs or some shit.
Yeah, UAPs.
What's that?
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
So Esau is like really, basically playing a part of prophecy, fulfilling it, because we living in those times where Yahweh Shah is going to make his appearance, and it talks about in Revelation the war in heaven. You got a scripture?
I just got a quick precept. This is book of Revelation, chapter 1.
Yeah, that's what I got here. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so Amen."
Yeah, and we today we know who's that talking about. It's talking about Yahweh Shah. He said he cometh with clouds, not referring to actual clouds. It's giving you like a description according to what John saw. He likened what he saw, the chariots, unto clouds. Okay, and that's also known throughout the scriptures. They did described as clouds, but it's really not clouds. And you look up his word. It's let me look it up. Is of course she wanna fuck up on me. It's Nephilim, and it says here, go to the point. It says use of the cloud, which was a so-called UFO, a spaceship, a chariot. It says which led the Israelites in the wilderness, and that was Yahweh Shah that was in that cloud. How it go to the fire, the pillar of fire by night, and then the cloud by day. Yup.
Got another precept for you.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 104 and 3.
Yep.
It says, "Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind."
Exactly. Who maketh the clouds his chariots or his vehicles? Okay. Those are celestial vehicles of the Most High's emissaries. Okay, and that's also something that the Lord is going to come back in. Okay, because the Lord said he's not, or the Lord Yahweh Shah, out of one Yahweh Shah, he's not going to meet thee as a man. Meaning he's not going to meet Esau as an earthly man as he once did 2,000 years ago when he came on the scene to die for the nation of Israel. He's going to come in an angelic force to dismantle Esau's kingdom and bring an end to his wickedness. Okay, by fire. Give me Isaiah 65 real quick. I think 66. Yeah, 66.
66 and 15.
And after that, get your precept.
This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. It says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind."
See, there you go again. Read that again one more time.
Isaiah 66 and 15. "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind."
Exactly. So the Lord will come with fire. Okay, the chariots have fire. The weaponry consists of fire. Okay, or laser beams, or concentrated heat, which I call the vaporizers. But it says like a whirlwind to.
It says, "And with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire." So
that's one of the devices that the Most High is going to judge these nations by, his chariots, and also the nuclear destruction. It's so many things. This is just one aspect of what the Lord is going to do. Okay.
"For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh."
Will plead with all flesh, or judge all flesh. And it's funny right here. I looked at the word whirlwind. It says Sawapa, if I'm saying that correctly. And down here it says a hurricane, storm, tempest, and what's going on in Houston. That's just one aspect, or you know, a part of the prophecies and the judgment, Houston is flooding right now. They say like one of the worst floods that happened in Houston. You know, people are underwater, man. It's because of a hurricane. You had the hurricane that wiped out the Bahamas.
Yeah, Abaco.
You know, kind. So these are all judgments of the Heavenly Father, man. And in this video, we just talking about the chariots.
Right. It says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many."
And the slain of the Lord shall be many. So when the Lord comes with his chariots, okay, it says the slain of the Lord shall be many. So many people are going to die. You know, the Lord is not coming here, you know, to make peace. Get that, Matthews, to make peace with the earth. Okay, he's coming to bring war. He's coming to destroy Esau. Okay, he's coming to take back the kingdom, man, by way of force, by shedding the blood. Okay, and that's not by my mouth; it's by the word of the Heavenly Father, through the scriptures.
That's it. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 49. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, "I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I if it be already kindled?"
I am coming. And we talking about the chariots. He said I would come with fire. Okay, so all these scriptures link up together, and it's talking about the same event. You know, when the Lord comes in the chariots. Okay.
Yeah. It says, "But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straight until it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you nay, but rather division." See, this is right. That's
what the Yahweh Shah said, man. He said he's not coming to bring peace. He's not coming to bring peace. He said division, meaning he's going to separate. Okay, he's going to cause controversy. He's going to cause problems in the earth.
Got another quick one for you.
Kind.
I believe this is the one that we originally wanted. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword."
Kind. Read that again. Slugger.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword."
These people in the churches are crazy, man. They never came across the scripture, man. If they did, they just read over it, you know, without any understanding. You know, they didn't have anybody there to break down the scriptures to them the correct way. You know, it says again. It says, "Think not that I'm come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace," man. So that's very clear that the Lord did not come to send peace on the earth, but a sword, and that sword is to be what? To destroy, and we're going to get that, which has been proven already. You got something?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring this out real quick. This is the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 9.
Yeah.
It says, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight.
You see that? It wasn't an actual cloud. Okay, he was taken up, meaning he was beamed up. Okay, or he was raped. Okay, if you look at the word, that word is repatso. Let me see. They got a different word here, meaning to take away hastily. It says right here, it says to raise up, rise up. So again, he was just beamed up into the chariot. Okay, and he showed you that in Mrs. Elliott's performance at the MTV VMA Awards. You know, they show you in a lot of things, in a lot of movies,
in the movie The Knowing, at the end, the children went up into the chariot.
And all the acts that Nicolas Cage did, he wasn't chosen. You know, he had to fucking be destroyed. You know, and that goes to show you that there's a chosen, there's an elect.
Yep.
You know, and that's a hard thing to swallow, man.
It reads on and says, "And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahweh Shai, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven."
Yep.
That backs up what we read in Revelation, the 1st chapter.
Yep, that's right.
About he come up with clouds.
Yep, that's the Lord's return. And he said, what did he say? He came not to send peace, man, but a sword. And that's referring to his next coming, his next arrival on earth. Okay. Which he's not going to meet thee as a man. Come on,
Just I got 2 precepts
read
proving scriptures.
Come on.
I got 2 scriptures to prove that, you know, on UFOs. It was Isaiah 6:1. It says, in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. With twain he covered his face, and with twain he covered his feet, and with twain he did fly.
All right. There should be another one, right?
Was that
There should be another one.
another one on that? Or another
6. Wait, hold on. It said about the windows. Damn, I can't find it. It might be Isaiah 60, but you ain't gotta worry about it.
And then the other precept I got is Zechariah 5 and 3. Zechariah 5 and 1. It says, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, behold, a flying roll.
Yeah, kind of, and that's what's going on in society and throughout the world. You know, people are capturing so-called UFO sightings, or they seeing the angels of the Lord in the chariots. Okay, but
and finally confirming that they're real.
Yeah, kind.
Even though we didn't need confirmation, we always knew the scriptures are a confirmation. You know, we don't need the U.S. Air Force to confirm that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
We damn sure need Esau to tell us what the hell's going on.
Yeah, exactly. It's so bad now. There's so many sightings that they can no longer hide it.
Yeah,
you know, in some of these you know, these so-called UFO sightings that happened so many years ago, they're finally just saying like, yeah, they are real, they're legit. You know, but we already knew it. You know.
Yep.
All right.
Quick precept.
Go.
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 16. Blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Yeah, kind. So many of these people are still fucking blind, even though we out there on the streets teaching them, you know, plainly. You know, we're not telling nothing in secret. We being plain about what the scriptures are saying, but they still can't get it.
Right. And back on what the brother said, we don't need the government to tell us, because the Spirit of the Lord has already revealed it onto us.
Exactly. And we revealed it unto the people.
Exactly.
You know, we just clearing the blood off our hands.
That's it. Like you said, we haven't kept nothing back.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's right.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I just had more to this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Back in Zechariah 5 and 2.
Come on.
It says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
Yeah, kind of. So how the hell can you deny the so-called UFOs or what's going on out there in the world when they seen this in the past? You know, you got to come across the scripture once in a time in your life if you're dealing with, you know, like trying to confirm something is true or not. Because the chariots, it exists. It's in the scriptures, man. You literally cannot deny this. He said he literally seen a flying roll in the sky. What the hell is he talking about? What could he possibly be talking about if it's not like a so-called UFO?
Right. The part where most people go wrong, if they do believe that it's, you know, so-called UFOs, they attribute that to being aliens.
Yeah.
You know, that's where they go wrong, and of course that's through the programming of Esau. Yep. You know, that's what he wants people to believe, because Esau himself knows that those are the chariots of the Lord.
Yeah, if you look at these movies,
that's how he's able to tell the lies that it's aliens, little green men.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
that outer space, little green men. No, there are supernatural vehicles and they are supernatural forces, because the angels of the heavenly.
Exactly. It's all they doing is defaming the character of the Heavenly Father and his angels and his heavenly bodies, man.
And
trying to make light out of it, trying to make it a joke. Yep. Utilizing it as entertainment.
Yep.
And technically speaking, they are extraterrestrial, but it's angels, right?
Right. And the beautiful thing, like your brothers, but the beautiful thing in ID4, all them people on the rooftop, they're all happy, excited.
Yeah, that's what they think.
Nonchalant, carefree, and then all of a sudden, the tractor beam came out and literally disintegrated them with that pure concentrated fire. Yep. And that's exactly what these chariots are coming to do, primarily destroy, like we read in Isaiah 66 and 15. Yep. The other side is, like you mentioned earlier, which I have a scripture for, once the brother's done reading, that the Lord is going to gather together his elect. So, you know, there's going to be manifold destruction, and then also the Lord is going to beam up his elect simultaneously.
Come with it. It says, Then said, verse 3, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole
Yeah,
earth.
so this is a curse to Esau. Esau, man, you done, man. Like, it's so much against you, man. You have no idea. Yeah, Thruesville. You con, man. You done, man. They said this is the curse. This is a curse unto the Edomites, primarily. And you can throw 2/3 in there, and the other nations, but it's primarily for Esau. This is a terrible sign of your downfall, man. Okay, and Esau, again, he's coming out and confirming this. You know, we already know about Esau's space program, and Trump is also, they're very serious about this. If they wasn't serious about this, they wouldn't spend 20 or hundreds of millions of dollars on, you know, this technology, you know, to look out into outer space and see what's out there.
Right. Not to mention millions upon millions of dollars that they spend lying to people about these things.
Exactly. Yeah, yep.
They spend millions upon. Well, we could probably in the spirit say that they spend well over billions of dollars. Really.
Exactly. Yeah, really. Yep.
To lie to the people.
For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it.
Yeah, the word cut off is to leave unpunished. Nakwa, to leave unpunished. Meaning you want me destroyed, you want me killed.
Right, it's in the house of the thief. That's Esau Edom. He's the chief thief on the planet.
Exactly. Yep.
There's no denying that.
Yep.
That's why he's all over the world. Stealing resources, stealing people, overthrowing governments.
Yep.
So the Most High has it out for you. You know, you have a bound in which you cannot pass. You've been given the time to rule, and now we're at your end. And the end is going to come by way of thermonuclear fire and chariots.
And the ending is manifesting, you know, through the signs. You know, through the prophecies being fulfilled. You know, it's only a matter of time, like the brother said, man, that nuclear destruction is going to come. Yahweh Shah is going to come and simultaneously, you know, destroy Esau and deliver his elect, man. You know, all in one fell swoop, man. It's going to happen in a like that. You know, all in 1 hour, America's going to be completely, you know, decimated. You know, and the elect, while, you know, they're being saved and they're going to be in outer space, they're going to watch America being obliterated. You know, they're going to see missiles being shot everywhere, man. But America is going to be the main spot. We're going to have, like, popcorn and shit. You know, we're going to have the sunglasses when they put on the fireworks and shit. When they get too bright, you know. It's going to be an extravagant event. It's going to be a glorious event.
Right, that's why the scriptures say that the tribes of the earth shall mourn and wail because of him.
Yep, because it's the downfall. It's the end of their kingdom, man. The time is up. You know, you only got a few moments left. You know, the RFID microchip being implemented. You know, that's basically it. Once everything is already here, we just waiting. We just going through the motions of everything. We just leading up to all the things that's going to take place.
I just got a quick precept.
Come on.
This is Revelation chapter 11. Slaki, Revelation chapter 11, verse 13. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High in heaven.
Yeah, that's terrible too, because not only are the people going to be free, we're going to be afraid. That's how terrible the destruction is going to take place on this earth. And it said the earth is going to whirl to and fro like a drunkard. The earth is going to move out of its course, man. You know? But that's really we bring a restoration to the planet, because a fire is a purifying agent. You know, and that smoke is a scent to the Heavenly Father, man. You know, that smoke is going to purify the air. You know, destroy all those bad elements that's in the sky because of Esau's torment on the earth, man.
Kind of got one more.
Oppression.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 5. It says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Yep.
Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
Yep.
Therefore shall all the hands be faint.
There you go again.
And every man's heart shall melt.
Yeah, so everything that we read is talking about one event, man. The same exact thing. You know?
Con. I'm gonna jump down to 11 real quick,
Con,
and then the
go
brother
ahead.
can what he got. This is Isaiah 13 and 11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
Yeah, all this wickedness that's going on, it has a consequence, and these people don't fucking know, because like the scriptures say, the sentence. Because I got it. Get that, man.
Yeah, Con.
I said Ezekiel.
Ecclesiastes
8 and 11.
And whoever gets it first can read it.
You want Snapchat?
But okay, this is Ecclesiastes. 11. No wait.
8
Yeah, Con. 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Exactly. So that's why these people just think up, especially Esau, because he's ruling the planet Earth. You know, and Jake, they follow after Esau. So because Esau is in power and he's doing all this wicked shit, they don't expect a judgment or a consequence, you know, or repercussions because of their actions. That's why you got all this homosexuality. It's just rampant, you know, just transgenderisms and all these wicked isms that's going on in society.
This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Damn, man, that's self-explanatory, man. And powerful, man. He said he will hold his tongue no more, man. So it's going to come a time where it's going to come to an
He's
end.
going to say, all right, my son, Yahushua, go down and redeem my elect and destroy the wicked.
The Lord's going to be like, well, wrap it up then.
Come on. This is back in Isaiah 13 and 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And will
Come on,
lay
man. Who
low.
the fuck is talking about that?
Yeah, come on, man.
Yo, you literally read these scriptures, you know clearly what it's talking about.
Yeah.
You know, you people read this book like, I don't know how the hell you read it, but
Right.
it's just so plain, man. Who is talking about Esau, man? The arrogancy of the proud to cease. It's talking about the Most High destroying these Edomites, man. Okay? And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Who the terrible?
Bro, can I read this for you?
Go ahead.
If there was any doubt
In your mind.
in your mind, the scriptures tell you plainly. All right, this is Jeremiah 49 and 16. Thy terribleness had deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Come on,
Now,
man.
who's that talking about?
You gotta
You gonna
be
deny it?
Hawaiians, the
Right, that's what
Hamites.
they want you to believe. But let me read that again.
But yeah, kind of go ahead again, because they be like, oh, many people dwell in the mountains, but it tells you right there
It tells you right. It's gonna tell you
in
right.
the beginning,
Thy terribleness had deceived thee.
and then you can read verse 10. But it's like, come on.
Yeah. I'll start at 10 and jump down. This is
Wait, was you reading that first? So I'm like looking
no,
for
I
it.
started at 16. I was
All right,
reading down to
all right.
17.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare.
So we know it's talking about Esau.
You know it's talking about Esau. And it's going to further declare it in the rest of the verses. It says, I have uncovered his secret places.
Yeah, all his wickedness, and
Yeah.
now it's just out there now.
And you notice how there's been an increase in his exposure.
Yeah.
All his sins,
It's just right there.
they're out in the open.
on the table.
They're out in the open. It says, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide
Yeah, he
himself.
uncovered his secret places under Esau's dress as a pussy. You know, he's supposed to be a man, but yet you got transgenderism.
Homosexual.
Man, this shit is crazy, man. Shit make
He's
you
into
weak
sex
talking
changes,
about it.
bestiality,
Yeah, man.
pedophilia,
Oh, man.
and that's just scratching the surface.
Yeah,
He's a murderer.
yeah.
It was found out, I think, there was an article put out not too long ago about all the, and we already knew about this, but it's actually coming back out into the limelight, so to speak, where McDonald's is using baby fetuses in their meat. And it's just a recent article that came out. Whether I think it might have been a couple of days ago, but it was this week, where it resurfaced that they're using these baby fetuses in their products.
Mm-hmm.
If that man ain't the devil, who the hell is, man? Why the hell would you be putting baby fetuses in anything?
Mm-hmm.
That's completely filthy, man.
Yep.
And disgusting.
Yep. Your main target is Jake.
Right. That's true. To destroy the Lord's people. And you got motherfuckers out there that'll literally indulge even after hearing that.
Yeah, of course, just like the vaping.
Yep.
Man,
that
shit
vape
crazy,
is
man.
literally causing people to drop dead.
And
they
people
still
do it
do it.
more now.
Right.
You know, when they see some bullshit, they see it's wickedness and they trying to ban it and put it into an end.
Right.
You know, they see the health risks. They do it anyway. That's how fucked up society is because of Esau, man.
That proves that, you know,
They destroyed their minds.
an
They got
individual who's accustomed to
intelligence.
Slocky.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, no, that proves that an individual who's accustomed to being wicked or evil will not change his ways. You know? The only ones that are really repent and have a true change of heart and seek after Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the elect.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
This is Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
And he is not. He can't do anything, man. He's done.
Finished.
He's finito.
Verse 16, thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, those that call themselves Caucasian,
Yep.
that holdest the height of the hill.
Exactly. That's a key indicator. They call themselves Caucasian. That if you look up that word, like the Lord talks about us having knowledge, you know, if you look up that word, you know, blessed is he that readeth, you know, that searches the due diligence, you know.
Right. You had a whole series back in the day known as the Flintstones, and they lived in a town called Bedrock.
Yeah, kind of. Yep,
you know,
yep.
which is just
They made their rocks they bed.
exactly. And hey, no further explanation needed.
Yeah, and the word
That was a direct
Caucasian.
parallel to Esau Edom
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he was living in the
That's
caves.
what they thought they was going to do in the caves, but it was the complete opposite, man. They
Right.
were fucking animals, man.
Right,
Less than animals.
right.
You know, base men.
Con.
You know. And by the way, the word Caucasian means cave dweller.
That's
cave
it.
dweller.
That's it. It says that holdest the height of the hill, that thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle.
Yep. Yeah, kind of. The Esau space programs. You know, and Trump, he's really serious about his space program that he has. You know, but this is telling you that this is actually serious, man. But people want to take it lightly. You
Right.
know?
It says, I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahweh. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that go byeth it shall be astonished and shall hiss at the plagues thereof.
Kind of. And those plagues are what? Let's get it. Zechariah
Con. You wanna get it?
14. Come on.
We'll look at it first. I'm about to get it.
Is Zechariah 14 and got it?
Go ahead, man. Read it.
Zechariah 14 and what is it? 14 and
14:12.
12. Sorry, I was looking at 9 on the one. Zechariah 14 and 12 says, and this shall be the plague wherein Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
The smite means to kill, by the way.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
You seen that in the movie Terminator too.
In their-
Sarah Connor and Sluggy.
Sorry. God.
Come on.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Yeah, that's talking again. That obviously, is plain Jane is talking about the nuclear destruction. You know, in the you know how, you know what happens. You know, going into detail, what's going to happen to them? They're going to be blown away. They're going to melt.
Yep.
And the fire's going to be deadly, man. It's going to be deadly, man.
Yep.
You know?
God, and just quickly touching
For
on
those
those.
that didn't get in the chariots, man, there will be no remnant. Like everybody here in America that
Come.
wasn't of the elect will literally become chaff.
Yeah, yep. Dust and smoke.
Dust, smell of smoke.
You know? Yep.
They'll be reduced to dust and ash. So that's it.
Yep.
Just like the scriptures say, man.
God, so the Lord's coming with these chariots to destroy as well as to deliver. You know, and I got a precept on that. Is so one thing I want to get at, right? So you have in this article that we read from the NBC, they call it unidentified aerial phenomena, right? And so when you go into the word phenomena, right, it says, and this is from Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster, it says a rare or significant factor event. Let's see, an exceptional, unusual, or abnormal person, thing, or an occurrence, right? So there's a reason why I brought all this out, right? This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as has afflicted him, and made no count of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness, or the phenomena, of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools account his like madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the power, and his lot is among the saints. So there you go. That's part of that unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, wait till them chariots really make their presence known, man. The scriptures talk about how they shall fear those things that are coming on the earth.
Yep. But there's fight.
Their hearts, it's like their hearts failing them for fear.
When you look up phenomenon in the dictionary.com, it says something that is impressive or extraordinary. And when you look at the word extraordinary, it says very unusual or remarkable. Very unusual, right? It's the strangeness. The strangeness of salvation is going to be a very unusual thing. Okay?
Yeah, because you're going to have these thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of chariots with Yahweh Shai. And these people ain't going to know what the hell's going on.
And going a little into this article, they actually said that,
you know, of course, when Yahweh Shai makes his entrance, man,
It's fucking hot in there.
you know, it's just going to blow these people's minds. They're not going to have any idea what's going on, man.
Spectacle.
You know? The scriptures talk about his entrance is going to be like as lightning that cometh forth from the east and even unto the west. So the Lord is coming with power and great glory. Like the scriptures give us, you know, at one degree it gives us, you know, an illustration, but we don't really know the magnitude, man. We just know it's going to be remarkable and magnificent and astonishing, and there aren't no words in the English dictionary or any other language to describe the power the Lord is coming with, man.
The Lord said himself that he's going to outdo what he did in Egypt.
Yeah, man. That's it. Jeremiah 16, come on. That's it. Like I said, like, I'm having trouble even describing it because you can't. Like, there's just, we've been given certain scriptures to, you know, paint a little bit of a picture, but really, it's going to be beyond all, like the scriptures say, beyond all that they look for. Like, you ain't going to be able to even comprehend it, man. Seeing people going up, the Lord's people going up into the chariots, being changed in the twinkle of an eye.
Yep.
Fire coming down out of them chariots. Nuclear missiles dropping out the sky too. The earth literally shaking. The sky changing colors. The chariots changing shapes, colors, and all that they can possibly do. The Lord going to really reveal his power in that day.
Gun. So if I could say something real quick, in this article it was talking about how this is like the first time they actually you know, admitted the fact that they're real, and they wanted to change it to UAP so people are more likely to, I guess, to come forth if they come across it. But one thing that is funny about this, I'm reading a quick excerpt. It says what Greenwald says is most important about the discovery is that although the Navy is willing to be open about UAPs, there is still a level of secrecy. And then, hold on, let's see if I can find this other expert. So there's still a level of secrecy. They're still trying to hide it, right? Why would they even try to hide that, right? Don't you think the people should know that there's you know, some crazy phenomenon that can't be explained appearing on the earth? Don't you think why be so secret about it, right?
Because Esau's the devil.
Exactly.
That's right.
The great deceiver.
And they know that these are the same vehicles and beings that's going to save the Lord's people.
Because remember, their whole agenda is trying to keep Jake asleep.
Yep. Time.
You know, Esau wants to possess as many souls on the left hand
Yeah,
side.
and that's all the doing of the Most High any damn way.
Right, kind. That's it.
So in this last little excerpt, I want to read real quick. It says, while there is a certain openness to identifying UAPs, Gradsher said the videos were never meant to be publicly released. So
Yeah, him being uncovered.
yep. So yeah, so they're admitting that, you know, this UFO specific is the one that I guess the Navy had caught. It was doing like all kinds of crazy stuff, moving super fast. But anyways, they said that those videos were never supposed to be released. So, well, why not? You know, the Esau's a damn devil. Why wouldn't you release that? Why wouldn't you just show footage? You know,
right. He's
Yeah,
just
because
trying,
he knows
he's
he's
just
the
trying to
devil.
control the narrative at this
Exactly.
point. Because like you said, he can't conceal it no longer. But at the very least, in his mind, he feels he's able to control the narrative,
that's
which is
why
also not possible. But
Kind,
you know, he's still trying to prolong his own destruction.
that's why it says he is not. He can't do nothing.
That's it.
There's nothing in his power he can do to stop the prophecies of the Most High.
Yeah, just two more precepts.
Come, just read this one.
Yeah.
Just real quick about what you were saying about the Most High. This is Psalms 9:16. The Lord is known by the judgment which He executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands.
That's it. Everything Esau's doing right now is literally leading him to his own demise. His New World Order, his mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, the coming down and killing Jake. You are doing all these things, and it's only leading you to your own destruction. So you can try to conceal and hide as many things as you want, control the narrative as much as you want to try to do it. It's not going to prevail.
Damn, this shit's bad.
It's not going to prevail because the Lord manifests His judgment, okay? And He's already revealed what He's going to do to His prophets, so we already told you about these things.
Yep, so there's no excuse. It says the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forgot God.
Yeah, death. You're going to be brought low. You're going to be brought to the grave.
Yep, that's right. For the needy shall not always be forgotten, but the expectation of the poor shall not perish forever.
That's it. So the Lord, we're the needy, we're the poor. And our expectation is salvation. And the Lord is going to come through, but we got to continue to do the work, continue to endure no matter what. And if we be found acceptable in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're going to receive that grace, that mercy, that salvation by being beamed up into a chariot.
It says, arise, O Lord, let not man, the white man, prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight.
And when Yahushua comes back, like the brother basically been going into, like all the heathen are getting judged. Like not just Esau, all these minor nations too. Because they're not the next rulers. Moab's not the next ruler. Okay, none of these minor nations, or even if they consider themselves to be great economically, politically, or if they have nuclear wielding capabilities, they're not the next rulers. The Lord is going to overthrow all the dominions of the earth and restore righteousness back to Israel and the kingdom back to Israel. Okay, beginning with Yahushua and elect. Bottom line.
It says, put them in fear, O Yahweh, that the nations may know themselves to be but men.
And the Lord is going to do that. The Lord is going to reduce them to those nations that the Lord referred to as less than nothing.
Oh my God.
He gonna reduce them back to their state of being less than nothing, because right now these nations are walking around acting like they're better than Jacob. They're better than the Israelites. They're better than the Most High. These motherfuckers are allowed to worship their gods. But that's not gonna happen. The Lord gonna take all that shit out. All this goddamn spiritual fornication in Jake, in these nations, in Esau, Edom, the Most High is gonna put all that shit down, man.
That's right.
Come on.
That was good footage.
This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin, daughter of Babylon.
Damn.
Let me read this again.
Kind.
It's Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin, daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Yeah, kind of. I got the word for come down. It's Yarad. This is bad. It says to go down, decline, sink down. It says to be brought down, to be taken down. And that's by way of forcing and through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Man.
It says there is no throne, O daughter of the
plagues.
Chaldeans.
Kind of like
No, you could. It says, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind them. Uncover thy locks, make bare the legs. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, Yeah, thy shame shall be seen, which this is all part of that destruction. So in order for the Most High to bring this man down, he has to reveal who he is first. That's him, his wickedness, and all these heathen nations. They got to be revealed for who they are. Then the Lord brings them down. Then the Lord judges them. So it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, and it has been, increasingly. Yeah, thy shame has, it's like it, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
That's right. Yeah, so the Lord is going to meet you as an angelic, impenetrable, invincible, holy, magic, like it's astonishing.
Supernatural force.
Yep.
Beyond your comprehension.
Invulnerable.
Beyond anything that you could have imagined.
Kind.
I got one more.
Kind.
This coincides with basically what we just read. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 13 and 6. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Symbolically representing that massive chariot that Yahushua will be in.
Yep.
It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Because even though the nations are being currently gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahushua, in the valley of decision, what's going to end up happening is, as those missiles are being shot forth by all the nuclear wielding nations, America shooting their missiles on these heathen, and the heathen nations shooting their missiles on America, Yahushua is going to crack the skies, enter into the atmosphere of the earth, and rain down fire, and they're going to center their attention then on Yahushua and the chariots and try to fight Yahushua and the chariots, but they're obviously not going to prevail. So it reads, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Like these heathen nations, they're going to continue to fight, even though they're going to get their ass handed to them in the worst kind of way. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held his sword, nor any instrument of war. Again, he shall not meet thee as a man, but a spiritual dominant force in which you will not be able to fight against, nor prevail against. Alright? As a matter of fact, the Lord is the one that gave you your carnal power. And your carnal power is no match for the spiritual power of Yahweh Shai, man.
Kind.
And the force he's coming with. It says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, that pure concentrated fire that's going to come out of the chariots. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. It's like it, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
If I can, I want to say something real quick. This, so part of this this thing here, they say, because Esau's a fucking devil, right? So it says, the Navy says, this is from Tom DeLong, which I think he's dude from Blink 182, I believe.
I'm not sure what the relevance is.
But
he might be.
He's the one. I think he's the one that posted this. But anyways, he posted this picture and it says the Navy says the UFOs in Tom DeLong's videos are unidentified aerial phenomena. This is what I want to read right here. It says the U.S. Navy has officially acknowledged that UFOs are real and violate American airspace. How the hell is it fucking Americans' airspace? Like Esau's the fucking devil, so he basically saying everything that's in the outer space is American.
Yeah, so you have to say that's Esau because he was given to do with heaven.
Yeah, so that just proves this brother's point where he says, you know, they durst fight, so they're gonna see that these things coming from the heavens,
the war in heaven,
and they're gonna be saying this is violating America's airspace, you know. So we gotta take him down.
Right, he thinks he's
Take
the
him
Most
down.
High, man.
Yeah,
He's trying to be like the Most High.
Yep.
So he's trying to take credit for the Lord's creation and then perverting it at the same time.
Kind.
But for which reasons the Most High is going to destroy him through his son Yahushua and the angels. And that's what we just read, the 2nd Esdras 13 chapter, as well as Isaiah. So
we get this Revelation 19 and 14. It says, and the armies which goddamn, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses. So the Lord's going to have again angelic force and innumerable angels, man. Man, he gonna have obviously the biggest spaceship. It's probably not gonna be able to fit on the earth, you know. And then he gonna have his angels with him, man. They're gonna be in chariots. They're gonna be in so-called flying objects, or you know. It says, clothed in fine linen, white and clean, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. Okay, not an actual sword, which you already read in Revelation, Second Ezra 13. That with it, that with it, he shall smite or kill the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. This is the aftermath.
Right.
And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power, and that's going back to Isaiah 63.
Yep.
I will read the rest, but I'll read it. Verse 18, that ye may eat the flesh. No, hold up. I'm gonna just stop right there.
You read 15? Right, you read 15.
Yeah. It says a whole lot. It says basically the same thing you was reading in Second Ezra.
Go on. Yep. Hey, that's it, man. I mean, that's the conclusion, that the Lord is going to send forth his chariots. You know, the chief chariot will be the Yahushua, you know, the father ships, so to speak.
Yep.
And, you know, they're going to penetrate the earth, man. They're going to come and destroy this place, and there's not a damn thing Esau, Edom, or these heathen nations can do about it.
You can't wait, man.
And we're just seeing more signs, like the brother was going into earlier in the lesson, that we're constantly seeing these signs, these indicators that the Lord is getting ready to come back. And it's just a boost of our faith and our belief, because we've been saying this for a long time, and we didn't need to see these things, but yet we still believe, and we see these things, and it's just reinforcing that faith that we had this whole time, man. So
Yeah.
that's all I got to say about that.
Jack. This is I'm gonna just end it off with this. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1:7. And to you that are and to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. You know, we were saying that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep, the angels are going to be riding in them supernatural vehicles known as chariots.
Yep.
Beginning with Yahushua.
Yep, kind. And flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High.
That's it. That'll be the fate of all those who believe not in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're going to suffer that thermonuclear fire, as well as that pure concentrated fire that's going to come out of the celestial vehicles.
Kind. Yep. And obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahushua.
That's it. That's the punishment.
Yeah. Kind.
Because ultimately, those are the ones that the Lord is going to have to torment with that fire, because they took the chip. They obeyed not the gospel.
Yep, that's right. You know, the ones that walk past the camp, scoff.
Yep.
You know, that didn't take heed. You know, they shunned us. They talk shit about us. They try to kill us, fight us, whatever. You know, they wasn't chosen from the beginning, but that's their punishment.
That's their punishment.
They got to go through.
That's it.
They got to go through that terribleness.
Yeah,
the hand of the Most High, man.
There's no other way.
Yeah, but the way. And it says, who shall be punished with an everlasting, this is how bad it's going to be. It's going to feel like an everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord, man, and from the glory of his power.
Right, it says the smoke of the torment.
Yep. So it's going to be...
so it's going to be tormenting. This fire is going to torment you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Especially individuals who get caught up in the nuclear blast. You're going to experience, man, intense heat, disintegration of your body. You're going to literally implode, but the Lord's going to allow it to where you feel that before your spirit goes up into the heaven.
Man.
That's why the Lord called it a destroying wind.
Yep.
The flesh literally is going to be consumed, man.
Punishment. Education, man. So with that,
give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.
Of course, double honors to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the sincere Akim, hold fast to faith. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua being occupied in prophecy. An extended and sincere shalom to the Israelites that are scattered amongst these nations, and the few Akwath that are listening and learning hoping to receive their salvation as well. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Wa abad babal.
Abba, Abba.
Shalom.